Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Taze TV. Stay tuned, I have a wonderful show ahead of us. I got to go on down to Beach, North Dakota, where I met with a local woman. And she's gone through a tremendous battle at a very young age. The story of Klesa Schmidt coming up to you right now on Taze TV. Welcome in everyone to episode 19 of Taze TV. I'm your anchor, reporter, producer, everything else in between. I'm Taylor Austin. Thanks for joining me, guys. And yep, we're on to episode 19 now. We're still rolling along. In fact, I got to roll all the way to Beach, North Dakota this last weekend. It's a small town of around 1,000 people. However, it's a little bit of a ripoff, being that there was no beach in sight, but I gotta remember we're in the middle of North Dakota on the Montana border there, so definitely no beaches around. But a friend of mine now lives there with her beautiful family. Her name is Klesa Schmidt. She's a daughter, sister, wife, and mother, and adding to that list is cancer survivor. Here's more about her story. Klesa Schmidt was born in Wisconsin. After that, her family moved to Minnesota and around the state a few times.
My favorite thing was getting to see new places and meeting new people and everything like that. And I know not a lot of people are very fond of it just because they get so comfortable, but I loved it. I never felt anywhere was home. So it was fun for me to do because it was opportunities, unawaited.
Eventually, her father got a job with USDA. And that job required the family to move to Sherwood, North Dakota in 2011 when Klesa was in 8th grade.
I just remember the big, giant moving truck in that tiny little town.
Klesa's family would settle in Sherwood for the next few years as she and her sister attended school in Mohall. It was during this time that Klesa would meet the love of her life.
Everybody swears to me that I was wearing a leather jacket with bright red hair. I don't know who they saw, because it wasn't me. But yeah, that's what Ty will say. That's what I first saw. When I first saw you, that's who I saw. I'm like, well, then you didn't fall in love with me if that's who you saw, because I was not. It was February. I was not wearing a leather jacket.
Ty and Klesa would be friends for the next couple of years before they finally began dating in 2013.
I mean, I know everything about him. He knows everything about me. There's no secrets. There's no do you remember when this happened? Because I was probably there. I know, I never felt like I had to introduce myself to somebody. It was just, we grew up together, and so.
Klesa and her family ended up moving her senior year to Montana. She graduated from there in 2015. After that, she quickly moved back to North Dakota to be with Ty. During this time, she began working for the Renville County Farmer.
I actually went in to the Mohall Clinic, the tiny little Mohall Clinic, for a very routine pap smear. And the doctor, Ruth, actually, she has me sit on the table. I'm in the gown and everything like that. She walks into the room, asks me my name and date of birth like they usually do, tells me, I need you to look up at the ceiling. And all I can think of, this is a new part of the routine. I've never seen this done before. So then she had mentioned to me that there was a big lump in my throat.
Klesa was sent down to Minot to get a biopsy, which she says was a very intense procedure.
I had to lay flat on my back, and then they had my head propped up, so they could get the entirety of my neck. And they shove a super long needle in your neck, and you can't cough, you can't swallow, you can't anything, or any sudden movement obviously could puncture your esophagus or something. It's very scary.
A few weeks later, at the young age of 20, Klesa was diagnosed with stage 2 papillary thyroid carcinoma.
I knew that meant cancer, but it was just weird to hear, knowing that I was only 22, but.
After a while, Klesa and her family made their way to Rochester, Minnesota, where Klesa would undergo a series of treatments.
It had metastasized from the bottom of my jaw all the way down to the very top of my breasts, pretty much. There were, I want to say, over 100 infected cancerous lymph nodes that they had ended up locating. We were leaving that appointment and we were literally like movie scene. We pressed the button to the elevator and one of the nurses runs around the corner and says, "We just had a cancellation. How does the 12th sound?" And it was like the 8th at that time, days away. And it was really, really relieving then after that to hear that it was going to be dealt with that fast.
Klesa ended up having a total thyroidectomy and neck exploration surgery where they got rid of her thyroid along with most of the cancerous lymph nodes. However, they missed 3 of those lymph nodes, so she had to undergo radiation to get rid of the rest. This, all at the young age of 20.
One thing that you'll hear about thyroid cancer is that it's the easy cancer, and I hate it when people say that because cancer is cancer. Cancer is scary no matter what type of cancer it is. No matter if you're stage 1 or stage 4, it's scary.
This story fortunately does have a happy ending. Fast forward a couple years to a 22-year-old cancer-free Klesa. She was having her pictures taken for her golden 22nd birthday.
So I wanted to go out and take some pictures, and Ty gets in this position and he gets on one knee and he's gonna go like this, like, "Ah, look at her." I thought he was proposing. He wasn't. I was so embarrassed.
Later that same night, Ty, seeing how excited Klesa was to be married to him, asked her parents if they had a ring that he could borrow for the time being. He popped the question for real that night with Klesa's family. They've now been married for 6 years and have 3 children together, 2 twin boys and a girl.
Where I'm at right now, this is my home. My kids are my home. My husband is my home. This is my home, and I love it. This is the only time in my whole entire life I think I've ever felt at home, and I feel like complete where I'm at with everything.
Though living her fairy tale life in Beach, North Dakota with her beautiful family, Klesa is still dealing with the aftermath of her thyroid cancer journey. The thyroid is a butterfly-shaped organ that produces 2 hormones, in which are important for various functions throughout the human body, including metabolism, energy levels, body temperature. It helps regulate heart rate, blood pressure, and blood vessel function, as well as brain function and cognitive skills. This is only a small portion of the list of things that your thyroid does for your body. Klesa says it wasn't her twins' pregnancy that was the worst on her. It was actually her daughter. She says that her thyroid level was around 98 when her normal level is around 0.4.
That's one thing that I advise every woman to get checked because it's so silent. It can be so silent sometimes.
Klesa Schmidt is a daughter, sister, wife, mother, and cancer survivor. She's also this week's person worth praising. Reporting for Taste TV in Beach, North Dakota, I'm Taylor Austin. Klesa just celebrated 8 years cancer-free as of the 12th of September. That was her surgery date, as she said. She says that she's grateful for Ty and her family being there every day during her journey, helping to make things not seem like such a big deal. I also wanted to say a quick happy birthday to Miss Klesa. She had her birthday this week on Monday, so happy birthday to you, beautiful Klesa. And September is Thyroid Cancer Awareness Month, so if you guys are looking for someone or something to go donate to, I do have a few links within the description of this video, and you guys can go check those out and give to a good cause. Go be a good human. I mean, the rapture may not have happened again this time, but that doesn't mean it's too late to start being a good person, people. So keep that in mind. Go give to a good cause. It's an awareness month of some sort every month. So yeah, I don't know. But that is, however, all I have for you guys this week. I will be taking a couple of weeks off, and I will return to you guys with more Taste TV in the future. I will be interviewing a local star here soon. So don't go away. We're not stopping just yet. But until then, go like, share, subscribe, do all the things. The engagement truly does matter. And again, thank you all for the continued love and support. All right, keep watching, guys. Bye, Dad. I love you.